In the headlines, a Rocky Mount man faces charges of taking indecent liberties with a minor. A year later, the deadly attack of May 31st in the Gaza Strip remains fresh in the minds of local protesters who made their voices heard in downtown Rocky Mount this week. And we'll have more on the plans to redistrict Nash County and the controversy behind the 2-to-1 political representation on a committee that will draw the new lines. These stories and more coming up on NewsBreak starting now.
From WHIG-TV, this is NewsBreak 31. Now, here's Marie Torres.
Hello and thanks for tuning in to WHIG-TV NewsBreak, your voice in the community. I'm Marie Torres. We'll have highlights of several events going on in our area, including a protest for peace. We'll get to that in just a moment, but first in our crime report. A Rocky Mount man faces charges of taking indecent liberties with a minor. The man, 56-year-old Halifax County Schools employee Joe Edmondson Jr., was charged Tuesday. Edmondson is accused in an alleged incident that occurred at Northwest Halifax High School in Littleton on May 25th. The incident was reported to authorities a day later. Details of the allegations have yet to be released. Edmondson is the out-of-school suspension coordinator for the high school. He was jailed and given a $2,000 bond and is scheduled to appear in court September 14th. In other news, a year later, the deadly attack of May 31st in the Gaza Strip remains fresh in the minds of local protesters who made their voices heard in downtown Rocky Mount this week. Take a look.
We're not looking for a war, we're not looking for attack, we're not looking for terrorists. We are a human being and we want to treat it just like a human being.
Tuesday near the Frederick E. Turnage Municipal Building in Rocky Mount, a diverse group from our area and beyond joined in solidarity, peacefully protesting the reported strings of injustice against people over an ocean away.
One of the reasons that we are having this vigil is to bring attention to that horrific, abominable attack 1 year ago, and hopefully there will be a protest against them, and maybe hopefully they will not do that again this year for a peaceful humanitarian flotilla to bring supplies, to much needed supplies to the Gaza Strip people.
May 31st, 2010, at least 9 people died and several were injured as Israeli naval commandos charged 6 ships, also known as Gaza Freedom Flotillas, heading toward the naval block Gaza Strip. Organizers on the flotillas aim to break the blockade to bring humanitarian aid and construction material to many Palestinians in that area. Iman Mallah, a passionate voice in Tuesday's protests in Rocky Mount, testified how this is just one of many incidents where her people have suffered.
We are here to protest what's going on in our country, and everybody knows. But so sad that everybody turning their back. We are under occupation, and everybody knows what occupation means. More than 63 years. I am the generation, I lived the occupation, 1967. I was a child that time, and I remember the Israeli soldier when he helped me. I was like this child, from my shoulder, threw me in the truck on the Jordan River and said to me, go to King Hussein. At that time, I don't know who's King Hussein, but this picture never ever left my mind. My house, my village, my everything was all our possession. We lost it. Our trees were yanked. The houses were demolished. Some of our people were even the houses demolished on top of them. The handicapped people who are not like you and me can run for safety. We need occupation over. According to Geneva, no land in the whole world under occupation except us. I think it's enough. Enough is enough.
And not just those who've themselves endured the suffering in Palestine, but local youths like Layla Ali and Fatima Al-Sayed aim to inform residents of the ongoing injustice and misconceptions aimed at Arab people.
We have been out here giving flyers to passing cars and informing them about what is going on in the Middle East, because not many people, especially in America, are educated about what is going on in the Middle East. I could swear to you that what we learn in U.S. history, most of it about the Middle East is not what really occurs. And that's what is brainwashing the American youth. They don't know what they're learning. They don't know what to teach.
This year in the 8th grade, I was teaching my teacher. He was pointing out Jerusalem and Israel. I was like, don't you see those little country Palestine? Why didn't you point that out? And he said, well, I haven't learned about Palestine. I just heard about Israel. So I had to retell him the whole story about Palestine, just if he was in the 1st grade.
Even more so, we're pleased, like that from Otis Jordan to American President Barack Obama, to stand firm in defending humanitarian efforts to help those in Palestine and to stop funding Israeli attacks on Palestinians.
He needs to have a good, serious position on this problem, and he needs to show some real political will to address this problem.
For Musa Shahadi, a resident of Rocky Mount for over 30 years, he questions why acts of violence continue against his people.
Tomorrow, I will be 67 years old. When I lost my country and my dad, I was 4 years old. What I did wrong for losing my dad, my home, my country, and I became homeless? What I did wrong? I like to get the answer from anybody he can. And why I'm not allowed to return? Why? And my questions to everybody, especially to President Obama. Why the only Palestinian people, the only people in the whole earth, doesn't have no governments and no country, and no leadership, true leadership? That's what I meant.
As for Aaron McBride, he says such horrific stories against Palestinians seem all too familiar to him.
I'm supporting this visual today because I visualize it as the struggle I had as a child growing up in America. I also view that the United States can support Israel and give away $3 billion in support, and at the same time the new Republicans can vote against health care for the poor. I don't understand it. This is America. We're supposed to take care of our own, but we're more willing to take care of somebody else. It becomes a class struggle in my view, that the Palestinians are the new blacks, and that they don't have no respect for them, the lies that are being told across the board. How can you have peace if there's no honesty in your discussions? How can you come to another man's land and take it and at the same time justify it through the Bible that this is my land? Well, you did not earn it, you did not fight for it, it was given to you by the people of your color.
Though the fight for land and religion has gone on for centuries in that region, through informing others, youth still hope to settle those battles while allowing their truth to be told.
I'm not discriminating against Israelis or the religion. They're Zionists and they're good, and I'm just discriminating about the people, the Israeli government, what they're doing and what they're brainwashing the world, the whole world. And there is either they're good liars or the world is just too stupid to understand.
In Rocky Mount, WHIG TV. With so many local men and women speaking out at Tuesday's protest, we asked about some of the misconceptions of inequality between genders in Arab countries. Several there agreed that freedom begins in the mind, and their religious views support gender equality. Iman Mallah added that similar gender struggles have occurred throughout history, even in America, and that these struggles should not be a means to discriminate against Muslim peoples in their own fights for basic human rights. As we go to break, we bring you highlights of this year's Fun Run.
It's back for a limited time. Every Buick in GMC is now being offered at GM employee price to the general public. Plus, you can now get 0% financing for up to 72 months too. Where? Only at Davenport Buick GMC in Rocky Mount. But that's not all. At Davenport, you'll also get something that GM employees don't even get. A lifetime warranty. GM employee price, 0% financing, and a lifetime warranty. See if anybody beats that deal. But hurry, this offer is for a limited time, and it's only available at Davenport Buick GMC in Rocky Mount.
We're your news team bringing it home to you with meteorologist Fred Holdsworth, anchor Marie Torres, sports reporter Edward Green, and Matt Habit, our studio guy. WHIG TV Newsbreak, your voice in the community.
The Country Inn & Suites is your home away from home with a staff that always treats you as family. If you or your church or company has visitors, give them a great Rocky Mount welcome with a special discount on their overnight or extended stay. Not only is the Country Inn & Suites a comfortable place, we'll spoil them with fresh cookies and complimentary breakfast. We are filled with luxuries like an indoor pool, fitness center, and a guest laundry. The Business Center includes a boardroom, connection to high-speed internet, and catering for meetings is always available. Call me, Donna Chavis, at 252-442-0500 for a tour and or to set up your corporate rate. You're always welcome as family in the Country Inn & Suites, Rocky Mount.
Welcome back to WHIG TV Newsbreak. I'm Marie Torres. With a nearly 8,400 person population growth in Nash County, it's now time to redraw the lines. Because of the latest 2010 census data revealing an increase in population in the county, local government is currently looking at two alternatives that will shift where district lines are drawn. Last month, the Nash County Board of Commissioners voted to give sole authority to Chairman of the Board, Billy Morgan, to designate who will be on a redistricting committee to determine who represents what district. Those elected to the committee are Democrat Randy Stewart, who is the chairman, Democrat Gwen Wilkins, and Republican Bill Buchanan. Here's where some of the controversy lies, though, that a Democratic chairman would elect two people of his party to be on the committee and only one person of the opposing political party be represented. When we questioned Chairman Morgan about why another person with a Republican affiliation was not included in the committee, he told us that it was the Board of Commissioners' prerogative to leave the committee as such. He added that to have the 2-to-1 representation was just what the board decided on. Other commissioners did state that there was some confusion and that it was the intent to be politically balanced. However, the county did hire lawyer Adam Mitchell of Raleigh, law firm Tharrington Smith, to help redraw the lines that would be fair to both minority populations and would keep two incumbents out of the same district. In the first alternative, Dorchester and Red Oak would be put into District 7. In the second alternative, all of Spring Hope would be in District 3. Also, in Alternative 2, Nashville will no longer be under one district, and the town, along with Rocky Mount, would be split. We'll be keeping you up to date on the committee's final decision. A voluntary water conservation is in effect. Beginning yesterday, Rocky Mount City Manager Charles Penny declared that the city of Rocky Mount shall be in a voluntary water conservation stage 1. During this stage, the city reminds you to be mindful of your water usage and to conserve when possible. Currently, the Tar River Reservoir is overflowing. However, the U.S. Drought Monitor issued last week indicates Nash and Edgecombe counties are abnormally dry. Penny says the declaration of voluntary water conservation is a precautionary measure. And this weekend, many will come out to celebrate a milestone in American history. Saturday at the Booker T. Washington Community Center and Stith Talbert Park, located on 727 Pennsylvania Avenue, will be the 6th annual Juneteenth celebration. Juneteenth is the oldest nationally celebrated commemoration of the ending of slavery in the U.S. The event will be sponsored by Rocky Mount Parks and Recreation and will feature keynote speaker, the Reverend Dr. William Barber, the president of the North Carolina chapter of the NAACP. There will also be live musical performances and entertainment. All are invited to attend. After the break, it's sports and weather. Don't go anywhere.
Home Trends in Rocky Mount is moving to an all-new location. Now, all inventory must be sold in a giant $1 million moving liquidation. It's all being sacrificed regardless of cost or loss because selling furniture is better than moving furniture. Don't miss the giant $1 million moving liquidation at Home Trends.
It's back for a limited time. Every Buick in GMC is now being offered at GM employee price to the general public. Plus, you can now get 0% financing for up to 72 months too. Where? Only at Davenport Buick GMC in Rocky Mount. But that's not all. At Davenport, you'll also get something that GM employees don't even get. A lifetime warranty. GM employee price, 0% financing, and a lifetime warranty. See if anybody beats that deal. But hurry, this offer is for a limited time, and it's only available at Davenport Buick GMC in Rocky Mount.
Home Trends in Rocky Mount is moving to an all-new location. Now, all inventory must be sold in a giant $1 million moving liquidation. It's all being sacrificed regardless of cost or loss because selling furniture is better than moving furniture. Don't miss the giant $1 million moving liquidation at Home Trends.
The Country Inn & Suites is your home away from home with a staff that always treats you as family. If you or your church or company has visitors, give them a great Rocky Mount welcome with a special discount on their overnight or extended stay. Not only is the Country Inn & Suites a comfortable place, we'll spoil them with fresh cookies and complimentary breakfast. We're filled with luxuries like an indoor pool, fitness center, and a guest laundry. The Business Center includes a boardroom, connection to high-speed internet, and catering for meetings is always available. Call me, Donna Chavis, at 252-442-0500 for a tour and or to set up your corporate rate. You're always welcome as family in the Country Inn & Suites, Rocky Mount.
It's now time to look at our weekend weather with WHIG TV meteorologist Fred Holdsworth.
And we're going to get a little bit of a break from the extreme heat that we've been having over the past few days. 93 will be our high today, and that's down from yesterday's high of 97. And then as we go into Friday and Saturday, we'll see temperatures in the mid-80s. So enjoy it while it lasts, because on Sunday we go back up into the 90s. Let's take a look at our forecast map now and see what we can expect coming up. The severe weather, we have two areas of severe weather to deal with today. One is in the southeast, and that is going to cover western South Carolina, eastern Tennessee, northern Georgia, and northeastern Alabama. A second area, a larger area, will cover from northern Missouri northwestward to the Canadian border. This will cover the Dakotas, Minnesota, and Iowa. So this area and this area, they can expect strong thunderstorms, possibly even a tornado or two as the day goes along. Now in our area, we see a cold front that has passed through our area and laying off the coast, coming inland around the Charleston area in South Carolina. High pressure building across the southeast. This high over Arkansas is steering a low pressure system in the Gulf towards the Texas coast, and that will bring them some rain later on, and that rain, it will be very welcome in Texas. Ridging over the central part of the United States all the way up into Canada, this will give fair weather over the northeast, and they can stand it after yesterday's tornado outbreak in Massachusetts. And also we will have fair weather, very dry weather over the next few days. Now as we go through the forecast, keep in mind these numbers: 84 for the high and 62 for the low. Those are our normal numbers. Well, let's go now to the forecast and see what we can expect for today. Sunny with a high of 93, north wind at 7. Tonight, clear with a low of 62. Winds will be calm. Friday, sunny with a high of 87, north wind at 8. Friday night, partly cloudy with a low of 58. Saturday, sunny, 88 degrees for the high, winds will be west at 6. Saturday night, partly cloudy with a low of 68. Sunday, the heat comes back with a high of 94. Sunday night, partly cloudy with a low of 65. And for Monday, sunny with a high of 89 and a low of 64 on Monday night. Our high temperature yesterday, 97 degrees. Our low temperature this morning was 72. And that's a look at your Rocky Mount weather. Now back to you.
Thank you, Fred. And now here with me to talk sports is WHIG TV's Edward Green. Tell us what's going on this week in sports, Edward.
Well, Marie, with a lot of hot temperatures, not just here, but also across the entire country, it's just getting to be really crazy. And with some great sporting events coming up, it's likely that we're going to be seeing a lot of people take umbrellas, take water, make sure you got plenty of drink, stay hydrated. Don't want anybody passing out watching any great sports. We got some cool stuff to get to right now.
All right.
Well, it is one of the last Division I championships to be crowned every year, and it is also one of the most dramatic. The College World Series starts this Friday at 16 regional sites, each containing 4 teams in a double elimination play, followed by 8 regional sites where the teams play a best 2 out of 3, all for the right to go to Omaha and play for the title. First things first, though, the ACC tournament wrapped up this weekend with important seeding ramifications on the line. After going 3-0 in pool play, top-seeded Virginia met Florida State in the title game for the second time in 3 years. The Cavaliers belted 3 home runs in the contest to take a 7-2 lead in the 9th, and once senior Tyler Wilson took the mound to seal the deal, he got star Seminole two-way player Mike McGee in a 1-2 hole. With the strikeout, Virginia claims its 3rd ACC tournament title, all 3, interestingly enough, coming against Florida State when the tournament was held in Durham. So how did that impact the national seeding? The Cavaliers did overcome a sluggish end of the season by going perfect in Durham to claim the #1 overall seed. The best team in a strong SEC, Florida, takes the 2. North and South Carolina claim the 3 and 4 respectively. Florida State jumps a few spots with its solid tournament showing into the 5 seed. Vanderbilt lets the SEC match the ACC with 3 teams in the top 8. Perennial contenders out of the Big 12, Texas, are in at number 7, and fellow Texas school Rice rounds out the top 8. Now here are your regional pods for the ACC teams. All these regionals start on Friday. Overall, #1 Virginia will play Navy in their first game, with St. John's and East Carolina on the other side. This regional winner will play the winner from Los Angeles. And Pirate fans, Charlottesville is only a 4-hour drive away. Over in the Chapel Hill Regional, North Carolina is paired with Maine out of the American East Conference. The winner will play the victor of James Madison versus Florida International. Chapel Hill is matched up with the Fullerton, California Regional. Down in Tallahassee, the Seminoles first play Bethune-Cookman, with the other matchup being between Alabama and Central Florida. The winner advances to play the winner from College Station, Texas. Clemson was a bit of a surprise choice to be a host, having finished 6th in the ACC, but will play Sacred Heart in round 1. Also going to Clemson are 2 tough teams in the Big East regular season champion Connecticut and always dangerous Coastal Carolina. This regional is matched with the Columbia Regional, which we will see in just a bit. But in Atlanta, Georgia Tech battles Austin Peay in round 1, followed by either Mississippi State or Southern Miss. The winner from this pod will play the winner of our next regional, held in Gainesville. #2 overall seed Florida takes on Manhattan, while 2 other Florida schools battle on the other side, Miami and Jacksonville. And lastly, that Columbia Regional is hosted by the defending national champion Gamecocks, who face Georgia Southern in Game 1. North Carolina State, the last team in from the ACC, will face a tough test in Stetson, a team that for much of the year was pegged to host a regional themselves. And full brackets, both interactive and printable, are available at the NCAA's official website, ncaa.com. And Marie, I actually already happen to have mine filled out and ready to go for this weekend's games. And hopefully, I can do a little better than I have the last couple of years. Got some good teams, though, in this, and it's going to be really exciting to see all the drama play out.
All right. Well, great. Thank you so much, Edward.
Thanks, Marie.
That's all for us here today on NewsBreak. Stay tuned for highlights of this year's Memorial Day in Rocky Mount. For WHIG TV, I'm Marie Torres. We'll see you next time.